Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahawashi Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word and truth and sincerity. And shalom to you believers out there. All right, the hopeful elect, Akim wa Akwathium. And real quick, I was just, looking at these videos. Because, with all the events that's going on in the world, okay, you got what? NATO, EU, really NATO, EU versus BRICS nations. All right. And you just had Saudi Arabia just asked to join BRICS nations. All right. So basically it's going to be one side or the other. All right. And I'm scrolling through this because let me see what this say. You see where it say the world's future superpowers, India, basically the BRICS nations. All right. So everybody think, then you got other videos. This was 2 years ago. All right. But the thing about it is that none of these nations is going to be the next world superpowers. Why is that? Because the next superpowers will be Yahawashi and the Israelites, man. The Israelites, all right, will be the next world superpowers. Thus said the Lord. Thus said the scriptures, all right? Because when you think about it, we basically are not even considered, all right? And when I say we, I mean, the Negro Latinos, the natives, the Seminole Indians. We're not considered to be, nowhere at the seat. But the Lord is going to do a mighty work, which he's doing right now. He's doing a mighty work by waking us up through this word. OK, but see, we're going to be in rulership next. All right. And it's once you understand the scriptures, it's easy to see. See, the rest of the world, they don't understand the scriptures. You got India. They think they're going to be next, or China, Russia, everybody think Russia, China, or India gonna be next, but no, it won't be them. The Lord is using them in his mighty work. All right. And once he's done with them, they're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be discarded. All right. And Israel will be risen through Yahawashi. All right. So when you go to because real quick, this ain't meant to be long. All right. Real quick, when you go to Daniel, the 2nd chapter. All right. And 34, what do it say? Thou sawest till, wait, let me see. I'm going to start at verse 32. It says, this image head was a fine gold. All right. And we all know the account between Nebuchadnezzar and Daniel. All right. We know Daniel interpreted his dream. All right. And it said what? Verse 32, this image's head was a fine gold, all right, which we already know that was the Babylonian Empire. His breasts and his arms were silver, okay, and we know that was the Medo-Persian Empire. His belly and his thighs of brass, we know that was the Grecian Empire. His legs of iron, we know that was the Roman Empire, and his feet, part of iron and part of clay. And what is that? That's speaking about America, which came back as what? The re-improvised Roman Empire. All right. That's why I said iron and clay. But as well, because those two things don't mix. Just like you have what? NATO and EU today. And you have these Edomites basically today. They don't mix. OK, because you got Russia. They're Edomites as well. All right. And it's always these tiffs, these rifts between them. All right. And see another in verse 34, thou sawest till that a stone was cut out with our hands. All right. And that's speaking about who? Yahawashi, that cornerstone, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay and break them into pieces. And that's letting you know that what? Yahawashi is going to be the next superpower per se, a.k.a. by default, the Israelites. OK, because Yahawashi is an Israelite. All right. And the Heavenly Father is going to break them down through Yahawashi, using Yahawashi as well as the heavens armies. Okay, but Yahawashi, that our great king, all right, he's gonna be the next, and he have basically divided the spoils with his brethren, the Israelites, which by default all Israel is gonna be able to partake in the everlasting kingdom. That will be the new government, the 144 that Yahawashi set up, that Yahawashi by Hashem Yahawashi set up. They're going to be the government, not Russia, not China. No, they're going to be in a captivity. They're going to be in subjection. We're going to suck the breast of kings, as it says in what? Isaiah 60. All right. Now, when you scroll down, because it's another point I want to make, all right, verse 42, it says what? And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken, right? Because, that goes into their economics, all right? And you could throw military in there as well, all right? Seeing that some of these nations have stronger militaries, and beginning with what? Russia, USA, all right? And then you got some of them, okay, but that's really going into what? NATO and the EU, really, okay? But some of them, America having a strong military might. You got other nations, okay, that do have a strong military might, as well as the economic factor as well. Some of them is weaker than others. All right, and again, they weren't meant to get along. All right, because just think of Esau, Edom as a whole brought all their military might together to dominate the other, China, India, the Africa nations, things of that nature. They would, basically just run a Boston, as you would say in spade. All right. But no, they're divided. All right. These Edomites is divided. They're the divided kingdom, man. All right. And that's why when you go into Daniel, the 2nd chapter, it lets you know, as you can see the events that's swarming on the planet Earth, that lets you know that what? Israel will be next. All right. Through Yahawashi. When you go to Daniel 2:20, what do it say? Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of God forever and ever. Okay. For wisdom and might are his. He changes the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and set up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. Right. The point I wanted to get was what? He removeth kings and set up kings. And he set up who? The Babylonians. All the kingdoms. But just specifically, he set up the Babylonians. Then what? He removed them. He set up the Medo-Persians. Then removed them. He set up the Greeks, then removed them. He set up the Roman Empire, then removed it. All right, just as well, he set up America, and now it's time to be removed. All right, and now you have India, China, and Russia, and all them slithering around, even Saudi Arabia. That's another one on the mention. Slithering around thinking they're going to, be next or, second to next or whatever when America fall, but that's not going to be true. when Esau, Edom, when America fall, guess what? It's going to be over for Esau, Edom, and the rest of you heathen nations as well. Saudi Arabia, the India, China, all of them is going to be done. Nobody else is going to rise to power. Israelites are going to rise to power through Yahawashi. That's why he's that stone. Okay, as you know, Esau was that's why I said America was what? The revised Roman Empire. All right. Because of the ways of their laws and legislations, philosophies, they get a lot from the ancient Roman Empire. All right. That's why it's revised. But guess what? If you know the scriptures, you know that Esau, Edom was set up to rule last. All right. It's not going to be China coming in or Saudi Arabia or India coming in. Now we got to, ride out this, this Chinese kingdom. No, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, was set up to rule last. And then what? Jacob is next. Let's get that. I ain't had that queued up, but now, the Spirit wanted me to bring that out. All right. When you go to 2nd Esdras 6 and 9, what do it say? For Esau, all right, the so-called white man, is the end of the world, and Jacob, the Israelites, is the beginning of it that follows. So that lets you know that China, India, Saudi Arabia, and whoever else think they slithering up to the kingdom to rise to power is not next, man. All right. See? So when you go to because basically again, you know, this system now is that deadly wound that was healed. All right. But no, it's not you know, Israel will be the next kingdom. Ecclesiasticus 11:5. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have worn the crown. Right. And that's the so-called Negro, Latino, and natives, you Seminole Indians, the Israelites, man. And you got the speckled birds out there that look like the other nations, but mainly the hardcore, the Negro, Latino. No, we're not even considered. The Latino, the native, they're not considered to be nothing, and that's the way the Lord set it up. That's gonna be that shock value. All right, see, because the Lord is just using Russia, okay, to do and these BRICS nations to do what they do against America. All right, and then they're gonna be discarded. China, all the rest of them, they're gonna be discarded after they done, you know, oh Assyrian ride of my anger. All right. Once the Lord is finished with these heathens, it's gonna be a wrap. All right. Joel 3, I'm gonna start at verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. All right, see? So the Lord is mustering the host. The Lord is calling them and waking them up to come to war. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. Yeah, you got these other nations. They basically talking smack. All right, they got nuclear weapons such as like North Korea. All right, you had Saudi Arabia just said anybody that come against them in the kingdom you know, basically they're ready to they're down with jihad and they're ready to be martyrs. Okay. So they aiming at US mainly because everybody got their nukes pointed at the US. All right. That's why they want to join BRICS. And then they just did a deal where they just basically told Biden, fuck you on producing more oil. All right. OPEC. All right. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. See? You see what I'm saying? Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. See? So the Lord is going to gather these nations together and then judge them and destroy them. You can read Second Esdras, what? The 13th chapter. All right. Verse 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full, and fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So basically, when the Lord gonna get, basically what the Lord is doing, he's moving the chess pieces right now. That's why you have, you know, the things going on with the BRICS. Saudi Arabia want to join the BRICS. You got the EU. You got countries in the EU, they're getting mad at America. What? This is all biblical prophecy. All right. But see, what they don't understand is all of them is being used. All right. Everybody's being used, even the Israelites. You got Israelite 2/3 being used for what they do. And then you got the 1/3, okay, the elect, okay, they're being used for what they need to do. Wake up the nation, okay, come back, all right, being that remnant. All right. So everybody's getting used, okay, either for salvation or for destruction. All right. But these heathens are being used for destruction. See, they're not coming into it's not about to be, you know, a Chinese. Now we got to wait another 50 years. Then India coming. We got to wait another 50, 60 years. No, they're going to be done. All right. They're part of the heathens that the Lord's going to judge at the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right. So I'm going to end out here when you go to Second Esdras, the 15th chapter. All right. And I'm going to start at verse Let me see something. Yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 46, because when you get into it, it says what? And thou Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. See, and going into Asia, you got many countries in Asia. You got India, that's in Asia. Okay, you got actual what? China, North Korea. You got many nations that's in Asia. Even Russia partly is in Asia. Okay, it's in what they call Eurasia. All right. But when you get down to it, and thou Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her persons. Okay. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Right, because the scriptures tell you that all the nations have drunk of the wine. All right. Meaning the philosophies of what? Babylon, of America, man. So you have China and the rest of these different nations, North Korea, Japan. Okay, these different countries, they basically model themselves after America. All these countries with nukes and things of that nature, man. All right. Verse 48, thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions, therefore said the Most High. See? So he's just letting you know. I will send, verse 49, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Okay. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee. And what that is saying is what? All of these nations think they're going to be next ruler, but they're not going to be. See? And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. See? So that's going to be their judgment, man. All right. That's why in Daniel 2, what did it say in Daniel 2? Matter of fact, let me go to it. All right. See, Israel going to be set up next. All right. And it's really telling you that in Daniel 2. That Yahawashi going to be that next kingdom. not nobody in bricks, America is not going to be revamped. What did it say? That Babylon would be healed. All right, roughly paraphrasing. No, Babylon, once Esau fall out of power, he got this big plan that he going to rise again, but it won't be so, man. So you can go to Daniel 2. All right, and I'm going to start at 44. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Right, it said what? Yahawashi had many crowns. All right, because he's going to what? Break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Right. And by default, that means Israel is going to rule and be in rulership, not China, not India, not Saudi Arabia or whoever else, or not even America coming back into some type of power. No, it's going to be a wrap, man. All right. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. To the next lesson. Shalom.